Hey, what's going on, man? Trip here from Trip Advice. I wanted to make a video for you, and this specific video is based off of something that I was talking about on a recent video. So I recently did a video that was called Don't Date Single Moms, okay? And I go into why that is, and that's actually one of the women that I believe are a waste of time to date. And I'll talk a little bit about it here if you want to get that longer video. I posted it a couple videos ago, so you can check it out. But that kind of sparked this idea to make a video for you to tell you about some of the women that I believe are a waste of time that you should not be dating. Basically, this is almost like a red flag situation. So this video is like AKA women that have red flags, okay? And these are women that you don't want to be dating. And a lot of guys overlook some of these things and they don't think it's that big of a deal. So these are not going to be necessarily some obvious ones, but ones that are very important that I want to share with you. So this can help you in terms of finding a great woman that you want to date and if eventually be in a relationship with, okay? So let's go into those. All right, so first one, single moms. Why is a single mom a waste of time? Because basically you guys are in two complete different areas of your life, right? She's raising a child and you are not. However, if you're watching this and you are raising a child, I say in the other video, that's the exception because you guys have similar lifestyles, so it would make sense for you two to date. Otherwise, if you're watching this, and I know that probably the majority of guys watching this don't have kids, do not date a single mom. Waste of time. It's gonna be hard to see them, hard to hang out with them, and you guys, you know, maybe you're infatuated right now because it's kind of hot, like MILF mom, whatever, but that is gonna go away fast when you realize that this is a woman who her priority is her child, not you. And you want someone to have more of a priority that is you when dating you. Okay, so that's number one. In no specific order. Number two, women that treat other people like crap. Okay, so I've always said this to myself. So this is something personal for me, is that I've always said I want to date a sweet girl. Like that's the only thing that ever would come to mind. Like I know, you know what, I want to date a sweet girl. Make sure that I'm dating a sweet girl. Like what does that even mean, a sweet girl? What I always realize is that I want to date a girl who is, my girlfriend's calling right now actually, is someone who treats other people well, treats other people kind, isn't too overly sarcastic or rude or trying to make you feel less than. I know that might sound obvious, but this is something that's really important. Because if you meet a woman who's like that, she is always going to be like that. And I would hope you wouldn't want to be with someone who's going to be treating you or other people like crap. Now, this is where it gets tricky. She might not see that in the very beginning, okay? She might not see that in the very beginning. Or you might not see that in the very beginning. You might not see her treat you bad in the beginning, but you can look out and see if she's treating other people bad. Is she treating servers, right, wait staff, or Uber drivers or anyone around you kind of like rude or kind of crappy? Big red flag if you see that. Don't want to be with that woman. Big waste of time. All right, another one here. I have a list. That's why I'm looking over here. Is a jealous woman. If you meet a girl, and I was just getting off the phone with a client earlier because we were going over all the women he's dating, and he said, yeah, one of these girls is like kind of needy, and this is true story. He said, she was already asking me why I'm so busy and if I'm dating other women. And they've only been on a handful of dates, I think like 1 or 2 dates. Can you imagine 1 or 2 dates with a girl and she's already asking if you're dating other people and getting frustrated that you can't hang out? Needy, jealous, this is terrible. Extremely, extremely unattractive, okay? So you do not want to be dating anyone who's going to show signs of jealousy that early, because if that's happening that early, you are in for a big, big whirlwind of trouble down the line when you guys are actually getting more serious and she becomes more invested in you. The more invested you become someone, the more sensitive you become to things like that. So if she's already sensitive to jealousy, you're screwed. Okay, next is any woman older or younger than you by 7 years, okay? This is for people if you're looking for a relationship. Obviously, if you're looking to just hook up, it doesn't really matter, right? And I also talk about this in my single mom video. The whole idea that if a woman is more than 7 years older than you or younger than you, we're talking about a generation gap. You're in a different generation at that point. and you two are in two different places of your lives. And again, this is more for people who are looking for a relationship. This is a waste of time for you. It is hard to connect with that person. You might be infatuated at first by their looks if they're younger, or by their looks if they're older, because you're into like a MILF cougar thing or whatever. And it's fun at first, but down the line, you are gonna find, and I'm just gonna kind of blow the surprise for you here, you two are not going to connect as easy as you think. It is so much better and more rewarding for you and fulfilling for you if you're going to be in a relationship with someone who is either in the range of 7 years younger or older. If they are 7 years older than you or 7 years younger than you or more, you're going to find that it's harder to connect. So that's one of them. Another one is a woman who doesn't match your political or religious beliefs. This is a big one. If you are dating a woman, and by the way, this is even if you are not political or not religious, okay? If you find someone who is really into politics or really into religion and you're not, big gap. The reason why I'm actually making this video is because I know guys get so infatuated with looks that they don't look at this stuff and they make excuses. Well, no, maybe it can work out. Trust me, it's not going to work out. Again, for relationship purposes. If you meet someone who doesn't have to be your exact religious or political beliefs, but is on a far other end of the spectrum than where you are, eventually you guys are going to go head to head and it's not going to work. Your value system is going to completely be off and you're going to find yourself in trouble here. I don't think I need to go deeper into that. I think that makes sense. So waste of time. Make sure you're finding that out fairly fast. Women who are unorganized. I remember once I dated a girl and I went over to her place, and this was maybe on like date 4 or 5, and her room was an absolute disaster. And I'm not being picky here like, oh, there was a shirt on the floor. I'm talking wine stains everywhere. Her bed still wasn't even put together but she moved in like 3 months prior, but she still didn't put her bed together. Her mattress was on the floor. The sheets were off the mattress. She had piles of clothes, makeup everywhere. Disgusting. I should have known. I dated her a little bit longer than I should have, but I should have known. Big red flag. If she's messy there, she's absolutely messy in other areas of her life. You don't want to meet someone or you don't want to date someone who is unorganized, has their life a mess, because that means that there's drama in their life. And I've seen that over time as I went back in my head and figured out all the other women I either was friends with or dated who also had messy parts of it. The car was a mess, their room was a mess. They had a lot of drama in their lives. They were not punctual. They had drama follow them around. So big no-no. If you end up seeing a woman and something is off or she seems really unorganized, it means that drama is probably following her. You can almost guarantee it. All right, the next one is a woman who does not know how to cook. Okay, so you don't want that, okay? The reason why you don't want that, and by the way, this is for everyone too. Guys should know how to do that. Absolutely, guys should know how to do that. Women should know how to do that. It's like an absolute essential skill. And if you find someone who, and I'm not talking like they don't have to be cooking gourmet meals, but if they have no idea what they're doing in the kitchen, they can't even use a knife properly, have no idea what they're doing, that's not good. You want someone to be able to do those things with. If you're going the distance with someone, that's going to be a big part of your life that you don't realize. You're not thinking about that now because you're just dating them, but if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with them, if something's going to go the distance, you guys are going to be doing that together. If you end up having kids, that's going to be something that either she's going to be doing a lot of, or whatever, you'll end up sharing it, whatever it is. That is an essential skill. So if they have no idea what they're doing there, red flag, red flag. And again, I know people might be saying like, oh, well, maybe she'll learn to do that, or she'll get into it. Maybe if she hasn't now, what's taking so long? Of course, I guess exceptions would be if you're watching this and you're 18 years old and you're finding someone who's 18, but this is a little bit more of a tip for people in their mid-20s and later. So make sure you keep that in mind. Let me know what you think. Write a comment down below. Which one of these have you experienced before and have seen in a woman? Let's hear that, and I'll be in the comments as well. Don't forget, if you want to check out my Hooked program, that's available to you so you know how to attract women and not meet women who are a waste of time. That's getherhooked.com. The link is in the description. Hope that helps. I'll see you in the comments. Bye.